Yo, yo, yo. It's Marky Mark's Tarot. Oh, man. Mm-hmm. Plug in my telephone. Oh, that's cool. Fucking hell. Someday. I thought there was a problem out there. We are beginning to restore powers to customers small pockets at a time to ensure unplug sensitive equipment. I knew there was something wrong with the electricity. I knew it. It's like pure electricity glitches all day. Oh, dang. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Hey. How you doing, Barbie? You'll be back after these messages. Ooh, fuck. He elbowed the shit out of him. Oh, dang. Poof. Dang, he elbowed the crap out of him. Ooh. Ouch. That must hurt. Wow. That hurt. Yes, I did, Barbie. I did, in fact, indeed. I 1 second. My mom made potato salad. That's the potato salad my mom made. It's absolutely delicious. And this is all the lobster tails that I made. 2 for me, 2 for my mom, 2 for my sister with stuffing. And we got my mom a cookie cake that says Happy Mother's Day. It was nice. It was a very good day. My mom was happy. So all's good. I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day too, Barbie. But yeah, my mom, my sister, and I, we had a nice meal. My sister picked up my mom early so she could hang out and watch TV with us and stuff. She was crying today because she misses my dad and stuff. And it's hard. But otherwise, that she was fine. I took her home, and she was happy. All right, cool. I just had to check my messages real quick. Hey, Sophie. Hope you had a good Mother's Day. Yeah, it's definitely going to be hard without him and his birthday on in September and stuff. There's going to be a lot of hard days, unfortunately. But even today is a harder day because it's the 10th. On the 10th of every month, we add another month that's the October 10th was the day my dad passed away. So today is May 10th, which is 7 months. So then my mom went to church, and then you know nothing wrong with that, Barbie. It's your day, Mother's Day, so it's good. Yeah, it'll be tough. So, but yeah, she cried about 2 or 3 times, and she said, you know, I said, Mom, I'm going home to an empty house too. Said I don't have diamond no more. She said, oh, that's not the same. I said, Mom, I never said it was the fucking same. I'm just telling you, like I go home to an empty house too because I don't have diamond anymore. So I know what it's like to be home by yourself. So it's life. So anyway, today was hard for her, but she was fine at the end of the day. So she was happy to eat lobster, and she was happy to do what she has to do. So yeah, it's all good there. Everybody was all right. It was all good. Hey Shakima, good evening. How you doing? Hey Victoria, happy Mother's Day. Yo yo yo. Trust me, a new Betty, and her name is Sophie. Oh, cool. Thanks, Barbie. I appreciate it. I wore pink today for the ladies, you know. Shakima, how's your mom? She's good. You know how it is, Victoria. You know what I gotta try and entice him to come towards Bermuda Triangle. You know. She's doing well. Oh, good. You just got off the phone with her. All right, good. Glad she's doing well. Good to hear. You know how it goes. I gotta try to persuade him over. Cause sometimes you gotta wear colors you don't normally wear. Don't worry, I'll invite you to the wedding, Victoria. You could be one of the flower girls. Yeah, correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I gotta dangle the D next. Yeah, that's gonna have to be the next mission. Shit, I'm gonna have to get an OnlyFans page, Shakima. I think so. You know, maybe that's gonna be the only way. Oh shit. Oh boy, it ain't easy. Yeah, what's a moolah? Yeah, now I'm good. My dog Diamond was the only decent, loyal woman in my life. Yeah, you're not available for OnlyFans. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, Victoria. You don't want to be over there, even though you can make a lot of money. But it's all good. That's why God didn't make me a woman, because He already knew what mischief I would be up to. Hell yeah, damn right. If I ain't gotta work hard for the rest of my life, and I was a woman, oh hell yeah. I mean, I'm sure men make a lot of money over there too. 'Cause some women want to see some shit or whatever, but I'm not into all that. I'm not desperate. Oh, you know that. I'll be one of those big time bitches. Hell yeah. That's why God said, no, no, no. I'm going to make this one a man. I already know what he's up to because around 2026, he's going to be almost 50. He's going to be one of those dirty hoes on OnlyFans making millions of dollars. Hey, there you go, Shakima. See, you follow a few men on there. There you go. Hey, sometimes people like all that. Sometimes men can make money. Well, I'm sure men make money over there. I'm sure they're over there. I'm definitely sure. Yeah. If I had the balls, I'd go over there, but I can't do that type of shit. That's against my beliefs of life. If I was broke and desperate, yeah, maybe I would. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Hey, Virgo, what's up, sweetheart? Happy Mother's Day to you both. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. I just got a notification on my phone. 95% chance of rain tomorrow. Great. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Shit. But sometimes the older people our age, they might say, you know what, fuck it, I need to make some extra money. But yeah, I would never do that. That's not in my category. If worst came to worst, I would open up a psychic business and do readings here in Bermuda for the rest of my life and make money. It'd be better than uh, putting my D out there for everybody to see, or my toes, or my feet, or some dumbass shit. Yeah, that won't be happening. Yeah, exactly. Some people they don't get older and wiser, Victoria. They get young. They get older and stupider. Like I said, right? Can't fix stupid. It just ain't gonna happen. But it's all good. Some people never learn, is what I say. Some people never learn. They just stay stupid. That's probably one of the biggest issues I have, you know, with people is how dumb and no common sense people have all the time. I don't think I'll ever understand humans. Yeah, they got a new nickname, Karen. I feel sorry for anybody named Karen. They were like, I'm not stupid. Yeah, use your condom sense. That's what I always say. You know? They don't even have that. They end up having kids and then not caring about them. That's why I tell people they gotta use their condom sense. These people don't want. They don't listen. Lisa, I always tell everybody my feet are one of my good features too. I have really nice feet for a man. You know how like people have like I've explained it on here many times. You see how like my fingers, obviously the middle finger is always, and then the rest of my fingers, are straight, right? So a lot of people that have toes, a lot of women, their big toe is like this, and then the next toe is like that, where it sticks further out, and then the other ones are going down again. I always diss people's toes. I once dated this really beautiful woman, and she was beautiful all around. Ever since I looked at damn toes, I said, "Oh, good lord, that thing's overlapping. That thing's overlapping the flip flops." That one little toe was like, "I'm going over the flip flop and hitting the ground." I was like, "Oh lord, now look what's happened." Oh boy, I tell you, man, it ain't easy. But sometimes women, no, I was actually pointed out to the toes, Victoria. I'll never forget. Hey, Brian, how you doing, bro? Thanks for the super chat. You know what happened? I told the story on here before, Victoria, but you probably didn't hear it. But I'll tell you. Uh, what happened was we were on this boat one time, and it was about maybe 50 people on the boat. And I had just recently started dating this girl. She was sitting down with her friends, right? And me and my friend were like, we're talking. He was like, "Oh, so how's things going with your girl, your friend there?" I said, "Yeah, we guys are dating, nothing serious." She goes, "Have you ever took the time out to look at her toes?" And I'm like, "No, not really." I said, "Well, it's summertime now. So she's got her flip flops on, right?" So he goes, So you haven't looked at her toes?" I said, "No, bro. I don't really look at women's toes. I don't care about that shit. I'm too busy looking at their face or their boobs or their ass or something. I'm a man. I ain't worrying about no fucking toes. I ain't sucking them things anyway. Hell no." I said, "Most of the time she got shoes on. This is probably the first time I'm seeing her with flip flops." So he says, "So when she came over here and she was in the car with you, never?" I said, "No, man. I ain't looking at her damn toes, man." He goes, "Look at them real quick." I said, "All right." So I looked and I said, "Oh, fuck. I see what you mean now." He goes, "Look at that second toe. That thing's touching the ground." Hey, we started laughing so much. I said, "Yeah, I can handle that." I said, "It's all good, you know." So he was like, "Yeah, she's beautiful, but I can't handle them toes, bro." I said, "Hey, look, as long as them things don't scratch me up and I'm in the bed with her, or she don't try and winkle that thing at me like that, then I'm good, bro. Yeah, I know. I just turn the lights off. Beauty's a light switch away. Yeah. I don't really care about those toes and all that bullshit. I'm not really into that. But we guys had a good laugh. Hey, myself, how you doing, bro? You good? I'm good, man. All's good. Nice to see you. Lisa said my toes have a feather, making two feathers on the toe. Yeah, exactly. As long as the toes were covered underneath the blanket, I was good to go. And when my friend said that, it didn't make me think less of her. I was like, bro, I don't care about no damn toes. I ain't worried about that shit, bro. All right, Brian, you said, is my dad gonna be more open to the idea of me wearing hair after I was able to be today? Let's see. Oh, you got painted feathers on your toenails. Oh, that's pretty cute. I like things like that. I like a woman that maintains her hands and her toes. Like, if your toes are all painted up, I think it's cute. But if you got that middle toe, I mean, you got one of them overlapping toes, I'll probably laugh at you, but it ain't gonna, like, I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna date you. I could care less about your toes. Because when you see mine, you're gonna get jealous. You're gonna be like, damn, this mofo's got some nice toes. Oh, nice and straight. I always tease everybody about toes on here. I swear, every month we have a toe live about toes. Toes and hers. What can I say? Well, Brian, I would say that he knows he can't stop you from doing it. Like, he's not completely mad at you. He thinks that maybe like he thinks that maybe you're being influenced by someone else, possibly. And if not, he might be like influenced in a good way. Like, for instance, you're talking to me about it. So he probably thinks that someone's like said, oh, don't worry about what your dad says, just do what you gotta do. And like, but he knows that you're gonna do it anyway because that's what you want to do. And you feel like that's the best way to live your life or to help him and whatever not. Like, he's still gonna like he's not gonna accept it 100% because he doesn't want you to do that and go out of your way to do that. But at the end of the day, I think he's gonna accept it because he knows you're doing it and knows he can't stop it. He's obviously gonna be upset at times, but you know, like I said to you before about this, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and then they eventually accept it and then move on. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, yeah, I understand, bro. But I mean, it's totally up to you. I mean, if you feel like you got to do it and it's a must and you have to do it, then I would say keep going because it looks like he knows that you're gonna do it anyway. So he's gonna have to accept it to a certain extent. And that's what I see in the cards is that he might say something every now and then and say like, Brian, don't do it. You don't have to do it. Please stop. This and that and blah blah blah. He might be like, he might argue with you here and there about it. But if you continue to do it, he's gonna be like, you know what, whatever. Like, if that's the way you want to be, then go for it. It's on your conscience or it's on you. Like, he might switch it to right where it feels like you're like doing something bad. So, you know what, bro? There's a lot of people that don't see their families on these days, especially people who do sports. There's a lot of sports people that are, there's a lot of sports players that play and never see their family that much, but they're sacrificing for their family and their family knows that. So it's different. When you're sacrificing for your family and you don't see them on certain days, remember it's not always going to be that way, you know? So I feel like he's not going to really accept it 100%, but I feel like he's accepted it to where he knows that you're not going to give up and you're going to keep doing it. Just try not to argue with him. If he argues with you about it, just say, "Hey, Dad, look, I just want to do what I have to do. I'm gonna do what I have to do. I'm a grown man. I'm gonna keep doing what I gotta do. All right, and that's it." And I'm sure he respects you deep down inside for doing it. It's just that a lot of dads don't want their sons to go out of their way to help them and shit, or to work long and things like that. You know, but I would say, bro, do what you gotta do, man. I don't think he's ever going to be more open to the idea, but I think he will accept the way it is. That's what I would say. You're welcome, Brian. Just keep doing what you got to do, bro. Your dad will eventually, I'm sure he respects you and thanks you for doing those things indirectly. Yeah, that's like me, Victoria. I walk barefoot everywhere. Yeah, there you go. You got to wash damn feet. I walk around here barefoot every day. I don't like to wear socks that much unless I have to wear socks to put on sneakers or shoes. I wear slides, which is like, flip flops obviously. I wear slides every day. I go to the store with my toes out, barefoot in my I don't put socks on. I put my barefoot, flip flops, like slides, and go right into the store. Don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody gonna say, "Ooh, you look at your feet. My feet are beautiful." That's why they ain't saying nothing. So yeah, I do it. I don't give a shit. Me, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about my feet. My sister says all the time, "You're going down there like that?" I was like, "Yeah, why not? People go down there the same way. I don't care." I said, "My feet ain't ugly." I said, "My feet are nice." If somebody looks at my feet, say, "Look at his ass. He's got his slides on, barefoot. Yeah, my toenails are cut. My toenails ain't gross, and my toes ain't gross. They look nice." You know. That's why ain't nobody ever said to me, "Bro, are you not embarrassed to come here with those dirty ass feet?" They ain't gonna say that. They're gonna be like, "Damn, this motherfucker's got some good feet." That's why he's wearing them slides. He could show those toes to the hoes. Yeah, that's how it goes. Oh yeah, I agree. If you don't care about what people think about your boobs being all over the place, then who cares? You know, boobs and nipples, and that's a part of life. Ain't nobody said you had to wear a bra. You know, if you want to wear no bra and be free, go for it. I know women who don't even wear underpants. They don't wear panties. They don't wear G-string. They don't wear nothing. I know women that have told me, "Mark, I go commando every day wherever I go." I'm like, "Okay, thanks for telling me. That's easy access. I want to be your friend." Hey, Tanya. Happy Mother's Day, sweetheart. How you doing? I have Victoria. He was just complimenting your feet. You got cute little small feet. What's wrong with that? You know why he said that to you? See, because he must have said, "Damn, most women have some shitty ass feet with long ass toes." They probably looked at your feet and said, "Oh, damn, those are so cute." He probably had a foot fetish. He probably imagined himself that night rubbing your feet. Yeah. Oh shit, Tanya, that sucks. Well, internet's never guaranteed, you know. But that's why they like your little small feet, you know. That's why they said, "Damn, this little shawty, she's got some nice feet." You know, at least you ain't gotta wear women's sneakers and pay more money. If you have kids, if you have kids sneakers, that means you pay less. You know, so you're fortunate to pay less money. I know women your size, Victoria, that wear like uh what you call it, women's size that have girl size like extra small and all that shit like kids. You save more money that way. You get the kids prices. Hey, Christy. Yeah, I got dressed up for you. I wanted to make sure I can entice you to come to Bermuda. You know, I wanted to look all sexy for you today. You know, gotta make sure. You know, gotta hint hint. Yeah, I had a good day with my mom and my sister. I'll show you the food in a few minutes. You have to pay 3 times more. Oh shit. Oh well, I thought it would be less. Shorty. Brian, thanks for the super chat. Mm. To be honest, I think the conversation will be the same. I don't think it's going to be worse or better. I just think it'll be the same. If I was you, I wouldn't even mention it. You know, some things are best unsaid, like people say, and sometimes it's best not to say anything. You know, if he brings it up, then just say, "Hey, Dad, look, I'm just got to do what I got to do. Please don't argue with me." That's all you got to do. You know, but I don't, and the cards are saying that he might fear to talk to you about it because he doesn't want to argue, so he might fear talking about it, or you might fear talking about it to him, right? But I feel like he's not going to be like, he's going to like probably say, "Hey, you don't have to do this, Brian. Remember that you don't have to do this." So I think the only thing he's going to say to you, because I genuinely think that your dad's not going to start an argument or start that with you. I don't see that in the cards. I think that if you're mature about it and you say like, you don't argue with him, then I think then you'll be fine. You know, I think his personality will. I think his personality will be like, what? Brian's doing whatever he has to do. He's gonna do whatever he wants. I'm not gonna like argue with him anymore. He'll find out the hard way, or maybe he'll find out that it's not for him or something like that. But to be honest, I don't see the conversation going worse than what it was before, and I don't see it going better. I just see it like just being neutral. I don't see like you guys argue. I don't get no cards of arguments or anything like that. What I do get is like he's probably gonna say to you, "You don't have to do this, Brian. So if you feel like you have to, you don't." And if he already tells you that, then he's probably going to tell you that again. But I don't see arguments or like, conflicts. I don't see that. And like I said, my advice to you, bro, is to not mention it at all. You know? Divert yourself from the conversation. Don't keep going on about it. If he says anything, just like say whatever, like, it doesn't matter. Like I don't see no arguments or nothing bad. I get both of you here upright, so I see that you guys are not gonna argue. So I don't think it's gonna be a problem, bro. The only way it's gonna be a problem is if you make it a problem. So if you argue with him or you talk bad to him, which I'm sure you don't, I don't see him doing the same. You know, I don't see him doing the same. I really don't. So yeah. Victoria said, I don't want to wear Barbie sandals with blink blink. Ah, shit. So Brian, bro, I would say don't worry about it, man. You're not gonna have the conversation's gonna be okay. It's not gonna be worse and it's not gonna be better. It's just gonna be regular. But if you don't engage in it, then nothing's gonna happen. You see what I mean? So don't engage in any type of conflict with him. Just let him talk and just be like, Dad, you know why I'm doing it? Please don't fight me on it. It's something that I want to do, you know? That's all you got to do, bro, is divert yourself from arguments. All right, bro, you're welcome, man. Just keep doing what you feel is right deep down in your heart, bro. And try not to engage in any conflict. I had to deal with like the same thing with my dad, you know? Like I said to you from the very beginning a couple of days ago, sometimes we as sons, we have to do what we have to do for our parents because they did everything for us. If that was the case for you, in my case, my dad always helped me and put me through a private school and clothed me and fed me right up until the age of 18. And then when I got a job at 17, I was helping everything. And in the end, before my dad died last year, I was the one paying for some of his bills and my sister. And I'm the one who did shit at his house for free. I'm the one who, end up feeding him sometimes and taking care of him and taking him to all his appointments and shit. And I know my dad's taking care of me in spirit. So the best thing and best advice I can give you, Brian, is to keep doing what you believe is right for your dad. Because a lot of dads have pride. They don't want their sons to take care of them. They don't want their sons to work extra because they feel like they're the provider. And when they get older, they feel worthless and they feel like they can't do shit, you know? But as long as you do what you got to do and show him that you're helping him, and maybe he'll accept it 100%. And even if they don't worry about it. You know you're doing your best. That's the best advice I can give you from experience. What you damn women talking about in here now? You're welcome, bro. Victoria loves nude pink. I know exactly where her mind is. See, I knew by wearing pink, something was gonna happen. See, I knew it. See, Christy's sex excited. Victoria's talking about blink, blink, pink, pink. Lisa's edging her on. Lisa already told me she don't wear no bra. Paints her toenails. It's not easy. Barbie says she loves pink. I wear pink. You know what? Ever since I've been on here, I've wore pink because I'm red, right? I'm red. Let me tell you, I remember my friend Elizabeth, she was one of my mods in here, and she says, Mark, we are going to get you a Amazon Amazon wish list so we could send you shit. And I was like, no, because I know exactly what you women are gonna do. You're gonna send me pink shit, red shit, because you want me to wear those girly ass colors because I don't wear them. So like, oh please, Mark, you gotta wear red. You'll look nice in red. You'll look nice in pink and this and that, and always trying to get me to wear these bullshit ass colors. I'm like, no, I ain't doing that shit. It ain't happening. So they didn't take no for an answer. They started sending me pink shirts, red shirts, all sorts of shit. And they'll be like, oh, you better wear that shirt I gave you. I'm like, fuck, man. I went and put it on, look in the mirror and say, fuck, Mark, what do you got yourself into? I'm like, oh, well, it's only on the live. It's not like I'm going out in public, so I'm good. I'll wear it. Fuck it. So then I was like, you know what? I'll wear it. So then I started doing Brother Love lives on here, and I would dress up all in red and call myself Brother Love, and I would do sex cards readings, and then everybody would laugh and fucking talk a lot of shit, and we all have fun in here. And then I started wearing pink shit. Then they would send me pink hats. And then this is my team's jersey. They had this is like Manchester United from England. This is their pink warm up jersey from 2 years ago. So I was like, I'm gonna buy this to go with this hat that I got. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do it. You know? I said, I'm gonna wear this shit. These are both my team hat and my team shirt. So I was like, if I wear it, I can say I got it because of my team, not because of some damn women on the internet begging me to wear this damn shit that I've never wore in my life. I know, right, Virgo? So, yeah, I'm loved. I'm definitely loved by it. Everybody likes to, make me turn into what they want me to turn into. It's not easy. But I don't mind it now because I'm older and I don't give a shit. Like, and I only wear it on here. I don't really go out looking like this because my friends would be like, bruh, what you wearing that shit for, bro? Never seen you wear pink in my life. My friends would be over here teasing the shit. Said pink was for feminine guys and red is for feminine guys. And I said, look, man, I was wearing the jersey. Yeah, someone sent me big granny panties one time. That crazy hoe, she sent me a box, and I put the granny panties on during the live over my shorts. That I think that live is still out here somewhere. Yeah, that was Victoria's bestie. You know, she sent me a box for my birthday, and I got it through the mail, and she sent me a big pair of granny panties. I think it was like a quadruple X or some shit like that. Cause I used to always say that these hoes out here are wearing granny panties and shit, right? And I end up throwing them away, obviously. Yeah, they're like huge fucking granny panties. It was probably hers because she was huge, right? She probably gave it to me, the ones that she used to wear for her man. So anyway, yeah, she sent me that, and I put them on during the live, and everybody was dying in here. I don't know if anybody was here or saw that, but it was definitely probably one of the funniest things I've ever done on live. And oh no, I ain't done that on here. I took them out and I went like this, and they didn't even fit in the screen like this. I was like, look, got the granny panties. 'Cause that was a thing. That's one of the things I used to say back then, right? So I held them up in the air, and then I said, I'm gonna put them on. So I got up, I stood up, and I put them on, and I stood back, and I showed everybody. I had the granny panties came way up here to my chest. That's how big they were. I put them on, I pulled them way up here, and everybody was fucking dying in here. That was probably one of the funniest things I've done on live. Just to make everybody laugh. I was being a good sport, you know. And then somebody screenshotted it and sent it to me and said, Mark, I'll never forget this. I'm like, you fucker. No, I couldn't show my ass off. I think I did some dumbass shit though. I know somebody recorded me and sent it to me and said, "Mark, you're a fucking ass." And I left the video up. I didn't care. I was like, you know what, whatever. One thing about me, I'm a good sport. I'll do dumbass shit. I don't mind being teased and talked about. It's cool. I didn't really give a shit, you know. I remember we guys did that shit. I did that and it was funny as hell. And then they sent me these hot ass Mexican chips. I can't remember what they was called. Takis. Was it Takis? Takis. Taki chips. And they told me they dared me to eat them online. So then I opened up the chips. It was like a purple bag or something. And I was like, look, I don't want to eat this fucking shit. No, Mark, you have to eat it. It's your birthday. And we guys bought you this shit. Come on, you got to do it. You got to do it. So I went from granny panties to having a hot ass mouth. Tongue was all fucked up. Hey, I was on here doing a fucking pack of bullshit. Chrissy, some of these ladies in here have known me forever. They've been with me from day one. They know I do a lot of dumbass shit. I'm always making everybody laugh, you know. No, they're not fajita. They're Takis. They're Takis, and they're like hot little. They're like hot chips. They're orange or red. They're like red, and they're very hot, and they're crunchy. They taste good, like the fresh too. They taste good, right? They're like, oh, Mark, go get some water. You're gonna need it. So I went and got some iced tea or something I had. So I started eating the chips. I had about 3, and I'm like, Mark, don't eat no more. You're gonna get an after effect. So then I ate about 5 of them. I was like, oh fuck, these things are hot. They're like, oh, you gotta open up the other bag. The other bag tastes nice too. So I was on the live for like about 2 or 3 hours, man. I went from granny panties, eating those damn hot chips. I was a good sport. It was my birthday, so you know I was talking shit and having fun. Then they gave me some and then I got like hats and shit. A lot of people bought me hats. A lot of my hats all came from like, you know, stuff like, you know, people like my friend Sue that passed away. She gave me like 4 or 5 hats. She gave me tons of decks of cards, gave me t-shirts, shoes. I still have a pair of sneakers that she gave me that I never used. And I have them upstairs and I'll never use them because it's like a memory I got from like, you know, for her, like, you know. But she's giving me like pendulum. She gave me so much shit because I used to do medium shit readings for her and I never used to really charge her anything. So she sent me like a shit ton of gifts like every month. And she'd be like, I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm sending you these gifts. Then Elizabeth sent me gifts and that other crazy biatch R. I'm not gonna say her name, but you know who I'm talking about. You know, man, everybody was like cool with each other. It was nice, but then everybody fucked the vibe up, you know. But we had a lot of good times in here. I did a lot of crazy shit, like funny shit and stuff, you know. It wasn't all about readings all the time. We had a lot of entertainment, like it is now. It's the same shit. But back then was a lot more crazier people in here. You guys are like, you know, humble and tame compared to what I had in here before. I had a bunch of crazy ass women in here. And they always wanted to see me do some dumbass shit. Okay, Lisa, take care. Okay, Victoria, have a good night. Wish you a good sleep. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. All right, Virgo. Good night, sweetheart. Take care. I hope you had a good Mother's Day. Yo. See you next time. Appreciate it. I'll check for you to go live. I'll probably get your notification. Well, it's getting late. It's like 11, almost 11:25 here. Some of these people are in different time zones, so yeah. Yeah, we did, Shakima. We used to do some crazy stuff and talk a lot of crazy shit. But it was fun. It was nothing like disrespectful. It was all fun shit. Like everybody had fun. There was never like a night where we didn't have fun. We always did some shit. Now, if somebody came in here and said like somebody had passed away, or we'd all be supportive in that way too, and but we used to have like a lot of sex talk, and I used to pull sex cards and talk a lot of shit to make everybody laugh, and it was so much fun we had on here, man. Yeah, we had so much fun. But half the people are still here and half the people are gone, so everybody, some people just, a lot of those people that were in here before, I still speak to them on Instagram. Like today I said happy Mother's Day to all of them, and they all like my pitch, like I put like a on my Instagram, I put happy Mother's Day, and a lot of them like my the post, and I was like, look at all my crazy women from back in the day. They're still here, but they don't need readings anymore. You know what I mean? Like people graduate from getting readings. So back then, all those girls, all they wanted was to find out what man was coming, and when they found a man, they left. Or when they got tired of doing readings, so they knew they went to a different level of life. So people come and go, but there's still people in here that I've known for years, and we still get together and we still talk shit. We still read for each other, or I read for them, or we just don't do any readings at all and just talk and have fun. Like it doesn't matter. But I've known a lot of these people for a long time, Christy, very long time. So the ones that are gone, I still talk to them on Instagram every now and then. I wish them a happy birthday. They'll wish me a happy birthday, or when my dad died and my dog died, all of them sent me messages. I video chatted with a few of them, and they were like, "Oh, Mark, I'm sorry. You got my condolence. I love you. You need anything." I have so much good friends, man. Even though they don't come in here no more, they still speak to me on Instagram, and because we don't forget. Like we don't forget each other. Like I help. We helped each other. I can't say I helped them only, because they helped me get through. You know, my bad breakup I had years ago, and they helped me get through things, and I helped them go get through things, so we all used to talk a lot in here, and help each other, and yeah. Yo, geez, I've been on here for almost 7 years on my own channel, but before I had my channel, I used to be very active in everybody else's channel. you know I used to go help people in their channel, mod on their channel, help them do collaborations. I did so much shit, man. I was very, very active before I had my own channel. And then when I got my own channel, that's when a lot of things went downhill. They were like, "Oh, you stole my subs. You're taking food off my table." They're crying on like a bunch of dumbass hoes that they were. I'm like, I didn't do nothing. I didn't tell anybody come to my channel. And what you think? Nobody's gonna get a channel because they're worried about your subs or your people. So if you go to other people's channels, that's a crime. What do you think everybody does in here? The people that come in your room go to Tyler's room, they go to Rich Loop's room, they go to Leo King's room, they go to that person's room, and they go to that person's room. So what, you don't want them to go in their rooms? You stupid hoe, shut your ass up. I used to fuck these women off sometimes and tell them, ain't nobody stealing nothing from you. People have a choice to go where the fuck they want. And they used to hate me anyway, because I used to tell everybody, hey, Shakima's got a channel, Victoria's got a channel, this person's got a channel, that person's got a channel. Go check them out. No, don't do that. No, don't do that. Well, how the fuck you expect all of us to get together and do God's work? You know? Yeah, a lot of people told me, Mark, go on your own. Fuck these people. And that's what I did. Majority of 75% of the people I spoke to every day said, Mark, get your own channel. You got fucking, what's going on, like, Yeah, they hated that shit, and they still do. I was just talking to somebody a while ago about that shit and how fucked up people are, like, like if you're doing this, you should be happy. Someone shouting you out, because my people are gonna come see you. Your people is gonna come see me, and If you connect with these people and I'm not around, then they can come to you and vice versa. So we can all help each other. It's all going to be worth it. But you don't see the big picture. You think you own these fucking people. Yeah. Yeah, Christy, she has a channel too. Yeah. We all helped each other with our channels, like, I would support them, they support me. It's still like that till today, man. It's always been that way. We always help each other. Yeah. The only thing that hurts me is when I help a lot of people. I help somebody and they turn their back on me or disrespect me. That's the fucked up thing. It doesn't hurt me like a lot where I lose sleep, but it just baffles my mind. Like, you become my friend. I help you, and I do all this stuff for you, read for you, and then you disrespect me for no reason and think that I'm gonna be like all forgiving and loving and be cool with you. And then if I, speak to you again and you do some other bullshit, how do you expect me to be cool with you? Like, don't do you ever go to sleep say, you know what? I fucked up. I shouldn't have disrespected Mark like that. Or I should have talked things out because you know what? He helped my ass. No fucking way. People got too much fucking pride, too much like, jealousy and envy. It's like they think that you need them more than they need you. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, but see, people are weird, man. It's not like that a lot, not as much as before. And the reason I say that because the people that I'm around, they understand that that's not going to hinder your channel. It's only going to make you better, you know? And a lot of people have to realize that only you personally can make your channel better, not people. People doesn't make your channel better. You have to make your channel better. You have to prove that you are who you say you are. So if your bio reads, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, and you don't do this, and that, then people are gonna be like, this is a fake ass mofo. Goodbye. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put in the work. You gotta show people, hey, look, I'm about that life. I am who I say I am. And I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. You know. And I don't tell everybody, hey guys, like and subscribe to my channel. Please tell everybody about me. Because I want to be bothered by a bunch of psychopaths. No, thank you. I don't care about all that shit. This ain't my like 100% life. But some people on here it is. So that's why they act the ass on here. And it's not about how many subscribers you have and how many likes you have or how many views you have. It's never been about that. And it should never be about that. It should be about your how many people trust you, how many people you have on a regular basis coming to you. That's who you have to deal with. You have to deal with your reputation. Your reputation is built in years and lost in minutes. So I have a good reputation on here. So if I said, fuck these people, I'm gonna rob them all and fucking lie to them and take their money and vanish. So my reputation will be ruined. Oh, Mark changed. He did this to me. He did that to me. He's not the same person. He must be possessed by the devil. Goodbye. You see what I'm saying? So if I do dumb shit's gonna happen. So it applies to everyone. When you have a channel, you gotta work hard at it and make it happen. You can't just sit there and be like, oh, hi, Shakima. Hi, Christy. Hi, Barbie. Let me know if you need a reading. I'm here. Oh, today was sunny today. Yeah, I know tomorrow's supposed to rain. Yeah, Mother's Day was cool. I just did whatever. Guys, if I've been here for like an hour, I haven't got any readings, so I'm gonna leave now because I have no self-confidence, no self-awareness. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to give anybody anything because I think I'm worth $1 million and I'm the best psychic in the world and I'm delusional and I don't believe in God and I don't believe in anything. So fuck you all and goodbye. That's not gonna get you nowhere. That's most people's attitude on here. Exactly. And that's the biggest problem on here. People think that people need you. You know, people don't need your ass. Yeah. One thing, that's why I come on here and I associate with everybody just to show you that I'm not here just to do this, you know? Sometimes when I'm having a great conversation with you guys and somebody like butts in with a question, I kind of get annoyed sometimes. You know, I'm like, fuck, I know I'm here for that, but like, fuck me, you had to come in here now and aggravate me. Like, no, she wasn't saying bye bye. She's leaving. She's saying like, she's talking about the channels. Look, don't worry about Christy. She's still sex excited. You know, she's like, she's distracted. She's distracted right now. Okay. Yeah, she was saying she was leaving the people's channel. She's saying, yeah, bye bye, fuck that, see ya. It's okay, Christy. It's all right, Shawty. I know. I won't wear pink too often so you get sex excited, okay? Okay, that's probably what it is then. You're playing the Bluetooth. Hey, Gala, how you doing? So yeah, I mean, a lot of these channels, it depends on the person putting in the work. You got to put in the work in order to have your channel successful. You can't just sit there and talk a bunch of shit, shuffle cards, and act like you're some fucking great psychic. You know, you have to put in the work. You got to read people. You got to show people that you know you're about that life. Because ain't nobody gonna be mesmerized with the things you have on your table or the things you show people on your channel. You know, a lot of people have a nice looking display when they do their readings. You know, they have a bunch of crystals everywhere, 10 decks of cards, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. You know? And then some people have a bunch of crystals and a bunch of cards on their table and they know what they're doing. So it's kind of like you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. You know what I mean? So that's why you have to erase all those psychic materialistic things or um you know, like items that people say that help them and all that. Go beyond that. You gotta put that person to the test and say, you know, are you really a psychic? Do you really know how to read cards? Are you really a real medium? You know, but a lot of people don't put in that work. People don't put in that work. You can show off all your psychic shit, but that don't mean you're a good psychic. That just means you collect a bunch of shit and know nothing. Or if you are a good psychic and you gain a good reputation and a good fan base and you have all those things, then that means that those things didn't affect you, you know? I've used the same deck my whole life. That's why it looks like shit. Look, it's all fucked up. It's old and raggedy ass fucking deck. And I have a brand new one like this, but I won't use it. It's still inside the package. And I have tons of tarot decks here. Right? I have this tarot deck, tarot of the 78 doors. I have all these decks here I can use. But I just keep using my favorite one, you know? And some people say, oh, you like it because it's got words on it. I said, the words don't mean anything to me. I just go by what the meaning is. If I read every card, the meaning of the card on here, you would know I'm reading it. You dumbass. I've been doing tarot so long, I don't need to read no damn words on a card to know what it means. I had to do that a few times to show people that I knew what I was doing. I bring out that other deck. I even opened up a brand new tarot deck one time on here because I got accused of that. that I only read cards if words on it. So I guess in mediumship they have a fuck. When I do mediumship for people, you have nothing to say. You think the psychics got a fucking a thing up here like a card saying, "Mark, tell them I'm their grandmother. Mark, tell them that I was with them when they were 5 and they were licking a lollipop at the store. Remember that day?" You think people are? You think the fucking site, the spirits in the background putting up fucking index cards for me or something? You jackass, fucking idiots. People are so dumb, man. They just like they try to like say the stupidest shit to get you mad. Well, a lot of people have beat up decks because they use them a lot. This gets used every day. So every day I shuffle those cards, and every day I clean them. Sometimes I don't want to mess with them because once they're completely ruined, which I highly doubt. I've been dealing with them for a long time now. But I don't abuse my cards. I don't like a lot of these idiots on here. They shuffle cards like they're in Las Vegas or something. Like, oh, that shit's unnecessary, and you ain't gotta like shuffle your cards so hard so they fall all over the place. Oh, that shit's unnecessary. It really is. But to each their own, you know. When I say things like that, people get mad at me. Oh, but I do that. Oh, but if it works for you, then that's fine. If it works for you and you're accurate, then fine. Keep doing it. Don't complain to me. I'm not complaining about what you're doing, but you're complaining to me. Your cards are all fucked up and bent up. And the reason why, because you're abusing them. So don't complain to me about your cards being abused because you abuse them. My cards are old like that because they've gotten a lot of use. I don't abuse them. When I shuffle like this. Look, like that. I don't do it like I'm fucking in Las Vegas or something. I don't do all that shit. It's unnecessary. But if you want to do it, then hey, that's your thing. Go for it. Like I've said a million times, you don't even have to like pull a whole heap of cards. Some people got like 20 cards on the table. I'm like, all right, if that's what you want to do, then do it. But I can guarantee you that you can probably answer the same question with less cards. And I prove it all the time. But then some people say, I got all these cards, I might as well pull them all. And I'm like, okay, go for it. Like I said to everybody, whatever works for you is for you. But remember that one day you're probably going to catch yourself and say, hey, you know what? Mark is right. I only had to pull 3 cards, maybe 4. I don't have to pull 20. I feel like the more cards you pull, the longer you have to explain shit, and the longer you get confused, because some cards are not meant to be pulled that much. Now, if you tell spirit when you're shuffling those cards, if you, for instance, I'll give it to you. I'll tell you this way. You can tell spirit, hey, spirit, look, I really want to pull like 10 cards for this answer. And then when you shuffle those cards, spirit's gonna try and put the first 10 cards you pull, right? Or whatever 10 cards you pull to answer that question, because that's your request from them. You got me? And you might answer the question very thoroughly, and you might be right, and you will be right. You got me? So if that's what you want to do, then that's great. Go for it. But I'm letting you know right now that you do not have to go through all of that. The simpler you keep it, the simpler you answer things, and everything's going to be okay. Because when you pull 3 to 4 cards, right, you got to remember it's going to come out upright or reversed. If you read both, every single card you pull has multiple meanings, and all 4 of them together could mean something even more. So you have to put all of those cards into the answer and the storyline to that question. You got me? So if you do that, then you don't need to clarify anything. You don't need to keep pulling extra cards. And you don't have to like shuffle like a maniac. Spirit doesn't care about all those fancy things. They're going to give you the answer regardless whether you're doing those things or not. If you believe in them and you believe you're getting the right answer. So at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter what I just said. If you want to take it that way, you know? Everybody has their own style. I'm not expecting somebody to do the exact same thing I do. But I'm letting you know from experience, you don't really have to. You don't really have to go that deep. It's not that deep. A couple cards can answer a lot of things. Chrissy says, I can't shuffle from the top like you. It feels so foreign. I just honestly my first like my a woman that I used to watch shuffle cards, she did it that way. So I always had that in my mind that I had to shuffle that way. You see what I'm saying? And that's what mattered to me. Like when I saw her shuffle, and then when she pulled out reversals and read them, I'm like, wait a minute, that card's upside down. Like, are you supposed to do that or what? And she was right about everything. She was amazing. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna read just like her because I want to be like her. And I am. But now she says I'm better than her. And I said, no, I'm not. I said, I'm only better than you at mediumship because you don't do mediumship. But I said, you're still the best card reader I know. I love her to death. She's amazing. I still speak to her all the time. Hey, Claudia. Marky, the most important thing is to sage and worship. Otherwise, it's a fake. Yeah, damn right, Claudia. That's right. I stopped doing that a long time ago, too. I used to hold my deck like this, right? And I used to get sage and I used to go like this, like go around like that, and I'll open up the cards and go like this, just like how people do now, right? And when I see people do it, I'm like, oh God, they remind me of me when I used to do that shit, right? And then I realized that, it doesn't matter if I do it or not. Cause one day, right? You know why I stopped doing that? Because one day I ran out of sage and I forgot to get some. And then I didn't have anything else. And I said, fuck, what if I go live and I start to like, you know, maybe that sage is not, meant to be anyway, maybe I didn't get it for a reason. So then I said, you know what? I'm going live. I don't need no damn sage. Fuck this shit. So after that day, I never bought sage again because that day I end up getting all these readings. And I was like, fuck, I have no sage. So I can't even clear the energy because that's what I was, thought that was the right thing to do because I listened to everybody else. And then that day I was answering pure questions and I got everything like right. And, and I was like, you know what? I had no sage. So I guess I don't need it. So then the next day came and the next day came and a year later came and 2 years later came. And I was like, you know what? I don't even need this shit no more. It's a waste of my fucking time. It's just a bullshit thing that psychics want to do. They claim it's clearing the energy, but if you believe that you don't need it, then you'll be okay. That's why I have no crystals on my table. I have my pendulum on my table from Sue because, you know, that's like when I have that pendulum there, it just reminds me of her that she's with me to help me. And like I've had it there since the day she died, so I'm not gonna remove it. And then like I use the same deck, and then I do oracles for everybody, like and shit. And I created my own decks, and I never needed like extra shit in my life. I didn't. It's all in here. Everything's in here. If you believe, you will receive. I can guarantee you, you will receive. But you have to believe. You can't just like think that you're not right all the time, or you cannot believe that spirit exists. You know. Yeah, of course, Barbie. What do you want, sweetheart? I'll give you a message. All you had to do is ask. You did. So what would you like, my dear? Would you like a spirit message or a love message, or you want marquee cards? What would you like, my dear? Anything for you, Barbie. So yeah, that's just my thing. A lot of people are mad at me because I say those things or they take it literally. And I wish they don't. Because my opinion should not matter if it doesn't apply to you, you know? And even if I say things, I'm not pointing you out. I'm just generalizing things. Because you're not the only one that uses sage, sweetheart. You're not the only one who uses Palo Santo. You're not the only one who shuffles like that. You're not the only one who shuffles and waits for cars to pop out all over the place. You're not that special for me to talk about you individually. I'm just saying that I don't believe that people have to do those things in order to be a good psychic. Because if I don't have to do it, you don't have to do it. It's all about up here. Your mind controls how you believe in yourself. If you believe that everything you get, no matter what happens and no matter what deck you touch, you got to always remember that it's always going to be right because you believe in yourself, in God, and spirit. And if you co create with those things, then you'll be fine. You don't need the extra shit. It's all like a thing to make to get money off of, you know? So it's totally up to you. Barbie, what would you like, my dear? If you guys want a message, just let me know. I'll pull you one. It's cool. Even if you're not a mom, it's okay. But if you want to be a mom, you know where to come to get your baby. I said that today to my my nephew works at this place, right? You guys want to laugh? I'll tell you this story, right? There's this girl that likes me that works with my nephew, right? But she has a long distance relationship, so she says, right? So anyway, she feels like the guy is not, she doesn't want to be in this long distance relationship anymore. And she asked my sister about me. I mean, yeah, she asked my sister about me. She even talked to my nephews about me. And then today she said to yesterday she said to my nephew, oh, my long distance relationship isn't going that great. Not sure how long it's going to be. And then somebody said, oh, have a nice Mother's Day. And she's like, oh, thank you. She didn't say I'm not a mom. She just said, oh, thank you. Yes. I'm a mother. Yes. And I told my nephew, I said, she's getting practice for when she has my baby. Hey, he started roll. He almost rolled on the floor laughing like crazy. And then my sister was like, you're a real fucking ass. I'm like, hey, well, why you think she's telling my nephew that her relationship, her long distance? Because she wants me. She wants my baby. She wants, that D. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to relate the message indirectly. So they were all laughing and shit, right? So I was like, if they want to be a mommy, all they gotta do is come see me. It's simple. So yeah, I talk shit, have fun. Kids aren't for everybody. But if you want one, I'll be a baby daddy. It's okay. If you don't want to take care of the child, I'll take care of it. Yeah, I never do. Hell yeah. That's right. All right. Barbie. Your first card, Barbie, is don't give stupid people your energy. Don't believe everything you hear. Who can be trusted can be loved. And your last card on the bottom of the deck is stay positive so positive things happen to you. There you go, my dear. Happy Mother's Day and Grandmother's Day. Anybody else want a message from my marquee deck? I'll give it to you for sure. Pause. Oh my God. Marky says he'll be my baby daddy and he'll pay child support. He's my twin flame. Oh my God. All right, Shakima says I'll take one. All right. Let's see what we got for Shakima. What you laughing at, shawty? Oh, cool, Shakim. You remember Renee, right? Tarot magician. Renee. She did the same thing. She took both of my decks and made it one. I do it for you, shorty. All right. Shakima, your first card is put yourself first and everyone else after. Know your worth and remember that. Rejection is God's protection. Yes, it is. Amen. And the last card came up again for you. Who can be trusted can be loved. Who could be trusted and loved? If you can be trusted, you cannot be loved. Oh, yeah. I got to find that song. Mm-hmm. I feel see. Shawty, you want some cards? You're welcome, Shakim. If you can be loved, you can be loved. I can't remember the name of this song. You're welcome, Barbie. Who could be trusted and loved? If you cannot be trusted, can be loved. Oh, yeah. Could you be loved and be loved? Hell yeah. This is a reggae song I'm talking about. That's where I got that saying from. That card, I got that from that song. Because when I was making these cards, I was listening to music. And all I hear is the guy say, who can be trusted and loved? If you cannot be trusted, you cannot be loved. Then I put it into simple words. I was like, yeah, damn right. All right, Shouty, a.k.a. Christy. Let's see what we got for you. All right. All right, you also got know your worth and remember that. Amen. You may feel emotional at the moment. Your work life or job will get better. And on the bottom it says, self-love is the best love. There you go, shawty. It's a nice message. Self-love is the best love. You're welcome, shawty. Anytime. Anybody else in here want a card? Let me know. Claudia, are you here? Oh, wifey. Cloudy. Ooh. I gotta find that song. I think it's on that album that I have. That CD album. I think it's in there somewhere. I gotta find it. Since I said anybody else in here want a card, 2 people left. I got 3 of you talking. 7 people was in here. I feel like somebody's watching me. I know who is watching me, though. I know who's watching me. She loves me so much. She can't get enough of me. She wants to see me every day, all day. So much so, you talk about me all day, all night. I'm so obsessed with you. I'm so obsessed with you. Now another person left. Now there's only 4 people in here. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I put up the black screen. I went like this. I say, yeah, you want to fucking be in here watching me all the time, trying to put some fucking juju on my ass? Here, look at that motherfucker. I put this little black thing. I went like that. I said, how you feel? You can't see me now, motherfucker. What you in here looking at? Huh? Get your fucking ass out of here. You don't need to see me. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell everybody that comes in here that you ain't looking at me. You're going to look at a black screen, motherfucker. I'm going to still do readings and shit. I'll type if I have to. That's exactly what I did. I remember that day, too. That shit was fun. Here, look at your dark-ass energy on the screen. Black as hell. Dark. There you go. Look at your own self in that black mirror. Fucker. Then they had diarrhea that night. Never came back. I told them I was going to put the diarrhea spell on them. They must have had diarrhea that night. And when they said, fucking bastard got me. I shouldn't have fucked with Mark. Shit. Mark says he doesn't believe in twin flames, but I want him to be my twin flame. He's wearing pink today, and I'm so excited. But I don't know. He doesn't believe in twin flames, so I can't be his twin flame. Anything you can be is a twin hope. No, that was I think it was a year ago. Yeah, it was last year sometime. I think it was a year ago. Time flies, you know, Shakima, but I would say, yeah, it was about a year ago, I think. Yeah. It was a year ago. It was a year ago. Probably like that, probably a year and a half, maybe. I don't know, I can't remember. I left that video up anyway, so but I have so many videos on here that I'll be looking for this. Hey, did you, Shakim, I meant to tell you, did you see my old signs reading the other day? I did a singles reading the other day, you know. I don't know if you saw it. I was talking shit about you Virgos. I was like, yeah, when I used to do this back in the day, all the Virgos got mad at me. Oh, you did? Okay, cool. I was talking shit about the Virgos, how they always used to say, Mark, you're fucked up. You always say Virgos ain't got no D. We're going to be single again this month. I ain't watching these readings no more. Wah. All the Virgos used to always give me a hard time, but Bhakta used to give me a hard time. You know, Sue used to be a Virgo. See, she used to always be in here talking shit. It was you, Sue, SR, Virgo Love that was just in here, right? And what's her name? Lydia. She was Virgo too. It was like fucking 6 or 7 of you, man. It was probably even more than that, probably 10. I had like 10 Virgos in here. Oh yeah, and my other friend, my psychic friend, Elena. We used to everybody was in here. It was like 10 Virgos. So if I didn't give Virgos a good reading, they'll all give me a hard time. Mark, you're a hater. You always say Virgo ain't got no D. You always say Virgo ain't gonna be in a relationship. And he teased us and he put a jinx on our reading. They'll be in the comments, they'll be talking shit to me on here. And I'm like, look, if you want D that bad, just come to Bermuda, okay? Stop bitching. They're like, I don't want you, I want somebody else. I know. You guys always gave me a hard time. A pickle and peanut butter. That must cancel out the taste. I don't like pickles. I have a Virgo moon. So then everybody used to like say, oh, you're a Virgo moon. So you're talking to yourself. I said, no, I'm an Aquarius. I told you already, don't worry about your damn chart. And they used to get even more mad. I fucking hate you. You hate on us Virgos. I'm like, no, I don't, man. I'm just telling you the reading. And then when Aquarius reading came, it'll always say that, you know, I would make it sound like it's the best reading out of all 12. I used to crack up, man. That shit was so funny. Oh, see, you're biased. You rigged the. Let me see the cards. You rigged the cards to say Aquarius is gonna get some. I was like, I ain't got none. I'm single. Oh, but you're reading for other Aquariuses. They're gonna be happy. I'm like, look, that ain't my fault. I'm my fault. I used to always tease everybody about like trying to make the reading yours and try and say like, oh, I have Virgo in this, or I have Aquarius sun, or I'm a sun whatever this, and I'm like, yeah. I see people do it till today. I still see people do it. They did it in here when I did those readings. They were like, oh, I have this and that. And I'm like, yeah. So I always tease everybody, right? I'm like, listen, you are what you are, all right? Exactly. And today I'm still trying to get some. Yeah, exactly. So it's not like my readings was lying. Shit. I'm probably not getting none because I got Virgo in my moon. See? Damn, Virgo has cursed me. Yeah, but there's the. I'm glad I did that reading the other day. I got everybody was asking me to do it. I'm like, come on, Mark, because I did it with Kitty, right, on her live. And we did the collab. So like, see, Mark, it's not that bad. You did it with Kitty. You could do it by yourself again. You say you used to do it. Please, Mark, do the singles ladies reading or do a singles reading or something. I'm like, all right. Fuck's sake, I'll do it. It was 2 hours long. I'm usually on here for like almost 2 hours anyway. I had fun. It was cool. A lot of people enjoyed it. You know, I'll do it again next month. I'll do one every month. It won't hurt. But I kind of wanted to do like a pick a card reading like I always did. I want to do like a pick a card reading again. Those are fun and easy. I don't want to do like what everybody else does. Like, what does this person think about you? What's coming your way? And I don't want to do all that stuff. I'd rather just do like a singles reading for the month and that's it. And I can do like the whole, and I generalize it. So whatever the case is, the case is. And some people don't want to hear about love and shit, man, you know? Some people want to hear about work or like regular life, you know? Not everybody wants no love ass shit. You know, so I used to do career readings. And people, it wasn't that popular because people want to hear love shit, right? So yeah, yeah, I did a ton of. I remember somebody came in here not too long ago and like subscribed, and then they were like, "Oh, Mark, I watched one of your pick a card readings from 4 years ago. It was right when I picked it. I just picked it and just checked it, and it was right about me." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And I was like, "All right, cool. I'm glad you did that." A few people have done that and came back to me and said, "I look back like it 4 years ago to pick a card and it worked." I'm like, "Well, it's there for a reason. It's not dated. You can go to it anytime you want." Yeah, exactly. Hey, Dan, how you doing, brother? Yeah, so I don't mind doing it. I might do a pick a card tomorrow. It's supposed to rain all day here tomorrow, so I'll probably be inside on here chilling. So it's fine. I'll be in here doing whatever. But yeah. So yeah, today my mom made that potato salad. My mom made potato salad, and we got my mom a cookie cake. It says Happy Mother's Day. And I made lobster tails for everybody with stuffing. So that's what we have for dinner and dessert for Mother's Day. And of course, I cooked it all. Or anything I didn't do, my mom did the potato salad, and I gave her the potatoes and stuff. My sister bought the cookie cake, and I made the lobsters. I did them live on here earlier when I washed dishes and stuff. So it was nice. I cooked for them, for my sister and my mom for Mother's Day as my gift to them. It was really good. I'm still stuffed, to be honest. Shit, that was nice. You're good. You went and watched an old mystery program. Oh, cool. Nice. Christy says, I was watching Pretty Woman and got all emotional. Oh, good Lord. You watched a hoe turn into a housewife? Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord have mercy. I can't believe people still watch that damn movie. No wonder, see, your card said you may feel emotional at the moment and you just admitted it. See, the cards were right. Your card said you may be emotional at the moment. Now I know why from watching fucking Pretty Woman fucking damn video. See, look, everybody, there you go. The market cards worked. I notice how she didn't respond to the emotional thing. Cause yeah, she is emotional. Look, watching that damn movie. I watched that movie about 2 or 3 times probably in my lifetime, but not recently. But yeah, definitely years ago. Yeah. Oh shit, Dan, you watched the movie before I was born. Holy shit. What type of dog you have, Christy? I thought you said you only had cats. Or you just joking? Oh, cool. She's a little min pin, a Chihuahua mix. Oh, nice. Oh, no wonder you can have him around the cats, because the cat's probably just as big as him. As her, I mean. Sorry. Two cats and a dog. Well, as long as they all get along with each other. Yeah, see? You watching movies before I was born. I was born in 77. You say you watch a movie from 76. Shit. Dang. I didn't know they had movies back then. Yeah, that's what I thought. I said, if you have a little chihuahua, then the cats are probably bigger than her. Shit. Poor dog. Yeah, I miss my damn dog. That little fucking pain in the ass. Damn Diamond. There was some days I wish she weren't around here because she was such a pain in the ass, and now I miss her so much that I want her back. But I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And I definitely don't want another dog no time soon or probably ever. I feel like I'm free from all my duties finally. But there's some cats around here. I'll pet my neighbor's cat. He comes over here. We call him Flipper. We don't even know his real name. But when I see him, I'll pet him and give him some food or whatever. I have the chickens down the bottom of the hill that I give leftovers and food to. So I feel like I have some neighborhood pets, and they're good to go. I don't have to bring them inside and feed them literally. So I'll keep them out there. You know, it's all good. Oh, like the Flintstones. All right, I got you. I used to like the Flintstones. When they were kids, they would all hang around her like monkeys. I tell her one day they're gonna be bigger than you. Yeah, yeah. My neighbor, my neighbor next door, she has like one of those what do they call it? Shih Tzus or whatever. Like those white little fluffy dogs. Aren't they called Shih Tzus or whatever? Like shit. I can't remember what the fuck they're called now. Is it? Yeah. It's like a Shih Tzu, whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah. Shih Tzu's puppy. Yeah. It looks like that somewhat. Yeah. Like a fluffy white dog. Anyway, yeah. Like it has the hair all over, like it just had like the eyes and shit. It's cute. It's a little white one. And then my other neighbor has a white and black one. They were together today, walking the dogs. So yeah, she's got one of those, and my other neighbor has like a little tiny uh bulldog looking dog. It's a puppy still, so it's obviously gonna grow into a big ass dog. But that dog is so cute, man. And then my other neighbor over here, the one I don't like, he's got these tall dogs. They're huge, and they look like an oversized poodle. That's what I call them. I call them a extra large poodle. I don't know what you call those type of dogs, but you know how poodles look, right? It looks like a monster poodle. That's what it looks like. And all they do is bark all fucking day and aggravate the shit out of me. If I know they're not home and they're outside, I'll tell them shut up. And it gets worse. Like I'll clap my hands and go, stop it, shut up. And all you hear is, and I'm like, fuck, I better not say nothing because it's getting worse. Sometimes I'll see them in their car, right? And I'll be like, yeah, these fucking bastards. Then I'll come up top to my yard. Next thing you know, they're all making noise and I know they're not home. And I'll be like clapping, saying, shut up. Because they bark at everything, man. It's so annoying. And there's two of them. No, it's not a standard poodle. It looks big. It's like it's tall. Like the when the wife actually because I would say the wife is like 5 foot tall, right? She's a shorty, and she's about 5 feet, and then the dog is like up to here to her, so it's like the dog stands like 4 feet tall, so it's like a big ass looking poodle. That's what I compare it. That's what I call it. Fifi, come here, Fifi. Yeah, yeah, shits too. Dumbass names. A Bernie Doodle, is that actually a real name? Christy, let me see. Here it is too. Bernie Doodle. Nah. Actually, it looks like a it's definitely this one you're talking about. It's definitely a doodle. It's not a poodle, but I didn't even know this is actually a thing. This is crazy. There's one here that says a golden doodle. It looks like a golden doodle, but all white. That's insane. I didn't even know. You taught me something new today. Like it's like a big ass golden doodle. Yeah, that's what it is. See this big white fucking poodle looking dog. It's on here too on this picture. They grow tall too. He's pretty tall. He's like about 4 foot tall. Like the top of his head to his paws is probably about 4 feet. And he's at least like maybe 60 pounds or more. Probably like 60 to 70 pounds, just like this thing says. I just Googled it. It's on actually I Wikipedia it and it says golden doodle. That's what it is. It's a golden doodle, but all white. There's two of them over there too. Okay, Shakima, take care, sweetheart. Good seeing you. Yeah, it's a golden doodle. That's what it is. Yeah, you're smart. Oh, you are? Christy, I never knew that. You're a mobile dog groomer. No fucking way. That's cool. Yeah, that's a golden doodle. Yeah. That's crazy. And that's cool. That must be a cool job. So you have like your own business, Christy? I don't mean to like, if you don't want to tell me, that's fine. 17 years. Fuck no way. That's cool. Wow. I know somebody here. One of my friends' wife here is a mobile groomer. What the fuck's her name again? I'm so bad with names sometimes. I know he's Nick. And what the fuck's her name again? Fuck, man. I hate when I forget shit. The hell's her name? Is it Cat? No. Damn it. I can't remember her damn name. And she's a friend of mine too. She used to come here and watch Diamond, my dog. What the hell is her name? Oh, I hate when that happens. My sister would know. Fuck, I just totally forgot her name, yo. Oh my god, that's so annoying. I hate when I forget names. Anyway, she has her own business too. She's been doing it for like 20 years. I can't remember her name, but I know I'm subscribed to her on YouTube. I mean on on Facebook, but I don't know. I have to I have to ask my sister, and I'll give you like I'll show you what she does and shit. But anyway, yeah, she's cool as fuck. She's definitely good at. She loved my dog. Oh my god. She's like, oh, I'll take care of her if you want me to. I love boxes. I used to have a boxer, and she was amazing, and I love boxes. She used to give my dog all these treats and shit. Oh my god, she used to kiss her all over. Oh my god. Everybody loved Diamond. I ain't gonna lie. She was very lovable. But yeah, I can't remember her fucking name. Damn it. It's so annoying. I wanted my own biz, but I need my own house first to store the truck and the water access. I still earn a really good living, though I can't. Oh, okay. So you don't have your own business, but you've been doing it for that long, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. You never seen my dog? Hey, Tanya. Okay, sweetie, no problem. You never saw my dog, Christy? You probably can't. You came here this year. You didn't come here last year. That's me and my doggy right there. That's me and Diamond. That's my baby. This is the last picture I took of her before she passed away. That was the last pic I took of her before she passed away. She was on that blanket, like suffering right there. And I was talking to her, but she wouldn't. She was like all fucked up. Yeah, that's my boxer right there. She was almost 11. She was like 10 and a half. But yeah. Yeah, everybody loved her. Yeah, I had a pit bull also. I had a big ass pit bull. He was like almost 80 pounds. This is her in her bed. Look. She used to be behind me every day in the back of me. Yeah, she still looked good when she passed away. The doctors always told me, the vet always told me, Mark, you wouldn't even think this dog's that old. And her heart is amazing. But she got really sick in the end there. She got really, really sick, and then she within 3 days she died instantly, which was fucked up. But she died right after Christmas, like on the 29th of December. So it's been a couple months since she passed away. But yeah. There was nobody that didn't like that dog. Everybody liked her. Hey Kimberly, how you doing? Happy Mother's Day. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, it was more tough than my first dog was even more tough. It was my when my first dog passed away, I had him for 15 years. So he was a bigger loss to me than Diamond was, because Diamond was not really my dog until like when it was my brother-in-law's dog. But when he left the house 3 years ago, she became more around me all the time. But I was with her from day one, 'cause she was living here. But she actually lived in my apartment with me for 4 years. So when she finally passed away, it was hard because I don't have nobody in here now. So it sucks. But I'm trying to find a picture of my pit bull. I don't have a picture of him right here. I thought I had a picture of him on my phone. I don't think so. I think I showed him on here one day. He was a big bastard. Every time I walked him on the side of the road, people would move to the other side. They're like, no, no, I don't want to be nowhere near that fucking thing. People literally used to cross the street or tell me, hold on, so they can cross the street because they were scared. I'm like, nothing's gonna happen to you. He's not gonna leave my hands. Trust me. He's not gonna attack people. He doesn't like animals. He likes people. People are fine. No, no, I don't trust that dog. He's too big. No fucking way. I was like, all right, suit yourself. He's not gonna hurt you. He only does shit on my command. So if I say get him, he's gonna get you. I had him trained by a professional. So he would never bite anybody. I never had to have I only he only bit somebody once, a guy who tried to rob me one time when I was fishing. There was a guy that tried to rob me and he didn't even see my dog. And then next thing you know, the guy came towards me and tried to grab my fishing bucket. Cause I was fishing and I had like a bucket and he wanted to steal like what I had. Next thing you know, I said, get him. Oh, he goes, whoa! The guy took off and my dog caught him and I was like, no, no. I just wanted to scare him, but my dog fucking took off after him, bit his ass. And then when I got to him, I told him let go and shit, and he let go. And then he was barking at the guy, and the guy was like, "Oh, my leg!" And I was like, "Yeah, take that, you bastard! Don't ever try and rob me again." I left him there in anguish and pain. I was like, "You fuck! You try to steal my shit. You didn't even see my dog, you dumbass." Oh well, not my problem. Good night, Barbie. Take care. So that's the only time I had to put him on somebody because he tried to rob me, so it was only right. But my that dog was crazy. When he was training, he had something to prove, Sick balls. I can't remember if I have a picture of my dog down here somewhere. I thought I did, but I don't think so. I gotta get a picture of him. He's a beautiful pit bull. He's a red nosed pit. He literally had a red nose, and he was tan colored. He had beautiful eyes and beautiful ears. He was in tip top shape. He was like 78 pounds, and he was all muscle, no fat. That motherfucker was solid as a rock. And my dad used to like unclip him and put him on a leash and walk him around the house. And he used to drag my dad. And my dad was trying to hold him. He goes, "Hey, I can't believe how strong this dog is. This dog's crazy." And I was like, "Yeah, I tell you, this fucking dog's got more power than a human being." Yeah, I've had dogs my whole life. Yeah. Yeah. I've had two pit bulls and two boxers. My sister had two boxers and I always took care of them. And I had two pit bulls and I gave away, I had a male, which is the one I'm talking about, and I had a female. I had a female from birth, and she used to drive. I used to drive around with her in my pocket of my hoodie, and I used to drive my car. And I gave it to my friend to take care of while I was in the army. And then the dog got attached to my friend while I was in the army. So he said, "Look, I want the dog for good. I'll buy her from you." And I was like, "All right, cool, you can have her." Because I got my male, so I don't really want two dogs. So I ended up selling the dog, to him. And she lasted like 12 years, I think. And my pit bull lasted 15 years.
But yeah, I've had a few dogs, and my friends all have dogs, so I all got attached to their dogs too. I'm a dog lover. I love dogs. I've always been a dog person, and I've had like 10 cats my whole life with my mom. My mom's had like a shit ton of cats. I'll show you all the pictures of all my animals. I have pictures of all of them. Oh, cool, Tanya. You got a new camera? Oh, you rode your scooter around today too? Oh, damn, go you, girl. Yeah. Yeah, Christy is cool, you know? See, we have something in common. See, we like animals. I love animals a lot. I used to bath my own dog though. This lady used to come here and like give her like a full overall like twice a year. But I would bath my own, I would bath my pit bull like every week. And then I was bathing Diamond more often because she used to piss and shit herself in the very end because she couldn't like make it, or she would be like so fucked up, and that broke my heart. But I used to bath her a lot more in the end when she couldn't get up and she was like all messed up and stuff, and it broke my heart. But I had to wash her. I couldn't have her like full of piss and shit and stuff. Like I can't do that stuff. Now I've never taken the dog in the shower with me, though, because then I my shower is upstairs. So my Diamond never wanted to go upstairs. She got scared. I used to say, "Come on, let's go," and she'd be like, "No, no." She'll go on the first stair and she'll be like, "No, no." See, for you, you got a Chihuahua, so you can grab him and take him. I ain't gonna pick up an 80 pound, 70 pound dog and take her upstairs. My back would be broken. Fuck that shit. But she would not walk up the steps. She didn't like it because she went upstairs before and she fell. And after that day, she never wanted to go upstairs again. We tried to get her to come up there, but she wouldn't. And I have like hard stairs, right? They're made out of concrete, and you can see them right here. They're made out of concrete and tile, right? So they're slippery. You got to watch out. And there's a hard right that you got to take as you're coming up, right? So she didn't want to go up there. She'll go on the first two steps and she'll be like, "No, no." My one of my best friends had a golden retriever called Nesta, and that dog loved me more than he loved his own Ernest. And they used to always say, "Why the fuck does this dog go all over you all the time, Mark? Like, what the fuck did you do to my dog when we weren't here?" So I had the dog like like I took care of the dog when I was working there, right? That dog would be around me the whole time. He was a big fucking dog too. He was the biggest dog I've ever seen. Like he was a golden retriever. And he used to see me and he'll fall on the ground and he'll put his legs up in the air and he'll be like, and all that shit. And I'll be like rubbing his belly. I was like, "Hey, Nestor, what's up, buddy? You good?" Right? And he'll let me do whatever. Like I can like grab him, do everything, like play around with. And one day I put like this Rastafarian, like Jamaican hat on him, on his head. I got the picture. You guys will laugh. I said, "Nestor, I'm gonna put this thing on you." And he was looking at me like, so I took the hat and I put it on him and I took a picture. And he didn't do anything. He was like, "Yeah, do what you want, bro. I love you to death." And my friend and his wife were like, "What the fuck, man? We can't do that with him. He doesn't allow us to talk, to like touch him like that or to put shit on him and stuff." And I was like, "Look, man, I just love." They know who loves him, like dogs know who loves them. That's for sure. My sister and my brother-in-law, the kids, we were all outside one day by the pool. And all I was like, "Come here, Diamond. Come here, Diamond." And Diamond was looking at me. Diamond would look at them. And Diamond would be like, "No, no. I ain't leaving Mark's side. Fuck you guys. You can call me. You can tell me you got food. I don't care. I'm here right next to Mark. I ain't leaving." And they used to get mad. "See, the dog loves you, but don't love us." So then my sister would be like, "Yeah, she's going to come watch." So then she'll get like a treat. She'll grab the treat from her and go sit next to me and eat the treat. And my sister be like, I hate you. I'm like, why you hate me for? It's not my fault the damn dog loves me. I'm with her all the time. She ain't worried about you. It's all good, Tanya. I don't want a dog either right now. I'm still like wishing I had Diamond back, to be honest. But you know, I mean, every time I look behind me and I see my DJ equipment and I don't see her, because usually I would go like this and be like, look, everybody, Diamond's here. Or she'll get up and look at me and be like, all right, hold on, I got to take this pain in the ass outside. You know, if you look at my old lives, you'll see her. She used to always be here. She'll be snoring in the background while I do lives. And I'll stop reading for the person. I'll be like, hey, get up. Don't be damn snoring. And people would be in there cracking up because I'll be like fucking her off from snoring or waking her up because I can't even read or think because she's snoring so damn loud. Yeah, you should go look at some of my older lives. You'll see her. Like, go look at like probably last year around this time when she was like a lot better. I'd say a year ago she was good. But like if you look at like November, October of last year, she wasn't that good. But if you see her like a year ago, it'll definitely, you know. Yep. That's what I have so many videos of her snoring and shit and her tongue sticking out like this. I say to everybody, look, 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 her tongue's out, look. And I'll like show everybody, I'll move away, and she'd be like, it was funny as shit. She was like the highlight of these lives sometimes. She would take over the live. Just be like, everybody would like, where's Diamond? Where's my baby? You know, where's my doggy? And then, man, she died. Everybody was like, oh, fuck. She was here like every day. So she was very much a part of this channel. She was always on here, especially for the past 4 years. So, yeah. Yeah, all my lives are here. There's over 2,000 videos on my channel. I never take nothing down, to be honest. They're still here. You can go look like anytime before last year, December, when she passed away. So you can go back and see it. It's part tree hunt, and that there must be Kimberly. Yeah. I mean, I would love to have another dog, but I just can't do it right now. I don't feel like having another dog because the dog food prices just went up. You know, if something happens to her, I got to take it to the vet. And then, you know, I got to spend all this fucking unnecessary money. Then I got to listen to the barking. And then I got the pool outside. And then Diamond fell in the pool last year and almost drowned. That shit broke my heart. I thought she was dying. But shortly after that, she did pass away, like, you know, but that added to her death, you know. So she was one of those dogs that never swam, never wanted to swim, hated water. She even hated getting baths. It was like she had a bad thing with water. So she was medicated, highly medicated, and she was all like, you know, wobbly, and she fell in the pool. And then my friend happened to see her and said, hey, Mark, your dog's in the pool, you know, and she doesn't look like she's swimming. I'm like, what? So I came around the corner, ran into the pool, jumped in the pool, went to go save her fucking life. Thank God I did. And thank God my friend said something. Because he thought that she was like normal going in there. But it was like cold at the time, right? So, you know, and I was like, no, man, she don't know how to swim. You sure she's in the pool? I'm like, yeah, man, she's in the pool. I'm like, oh, fuck. So if it wasn't for him telling me that, she would have died. Because I was nowhere near the pool. He was closer to the pool. So he heard the splash of her falling in there. So I saved her life just in time. Like, and that hurt me so much, man. I was on here like She was in the background. I'm like, yeah, she's all right, guys. That shit destroyed me. She never was right after that, you know? So I went through a lot before she passed away. Before she passed away, I went through a lot of bullshit. So it sucks. That's why I don't want another dog no time soon, because when they get older and they're about to die, it's a hard thing to deal with. I'm not really like an emotional type of person, but like I honestly I cried so much when she died. It was like one of the worst days of my life, because I was with her like 24/7. So it's like it's fucked up. But saving her life that day, it was hard for me doing that. Seeing her all fucked up and barely catching her in time. So it's some bullshit you have to go through. That's why I don't want another dog, because I don't want the next dog to fall in the pool and die. I don't want that. So as long as I have this pool here, I don't want another dog. I don't. So maybe one day when I leave this house one day, which I don't know, but either way, my sister agrees with me and my nephews agree with me that we're not getting a dog. And that's just going to be the way it is, because I went through a lot of bullshit with that. So I'm not dealing with that no more. I'll enjoy everybody else's dog in the meantime, or if I ever get another dog again, it's I'm gonna have to fence off that whole area. Yeah, but that's expensive. It's like, to get a dog, it's already expensive. Then if you fence up around the pool, that's even more of annoying, because you got to go through a fence all the time. You got to maintain the fence. When the fence, you got to clean it. You got to deal with it. And then the hurricanes around, when it's hurricane season, you got to take it down so it doesn't get ripped apart. So I'm giving myself all this work just to have a pet. Man, fuck that. I'm not dealing with that. I'm tired of stressing out over like animals. I've had my share. I'm good. I need a break. I honestly do need a break from animals. Like, I would love to have another dog, don't get me wrong. But I just can't do it anymore. I just don't want to. I have to take a long break. And if I feel like doing it, I'll do it. But yeah, I'll enjoy everybody else's dog. It's fine. When I see my neighbor's dog, I pat him, and see the neighbor's cat, I'll pet the cat and be like, "Hey, buddy, all right?" And then that's it. I never get the urge to get another one, because I know what I've been through. You know, like when you deal with a person's death and you deal with a dog's death, it's not the same. Even though people say, "Oh no, when a person dies, it's different. You should mourn more." That's not, to me. That's no way. Because if you're with that dog every fucking day, you're not with that person every day. You're with the dog. You know. You're with that dog every day. So how is a person good? You're gonna mourn more of a person you don't see as much as your own animal. Like, you people are dumb if you think that. A person will be more devastated over an animal than a human sometimes. Not all the time, obviously. If it's you, your wife, and the dog, and obviously you're gonna mourn your wife more, But if you don't see, like, for instance, my dad passed away, I cried, but not as much as when Diamond cried, because I was with Diamond 24/7. I wasn't with my dad every day, but I saw my dad a lot. But I already like I mourned my dad's death, but I cried. I would say I cried more when Diamond died, because I'm with her 24/7. See, so it's fucked up. Yeah, exactly. They're a big responsibility. And when I had Diamond, I didn't want to travel either, because I don't want to leave her. I didn't want to leave her with someone else. Because when I did go away with my nephews, my sister, and my brother-in-law one year, we left the dog at a vet for a whole 5 days for the first time in her life. And she was probably like 4 or 5 years old. And I'll never forget when we came back, the vet said that she barely ate. She didn't want to come out of her cage. She was very sad and she was all fucked up and she had lost weight and she didn't want to eat. And they said that she only went on a walk with some girl because the girl were like tried to get her to come out of the box and she finally came out and then she was all sad and I'm like, I'm never doing that to my dog again. So I never really ran away for years because of her. And now like I can finally do what I want to do without her. I mean, I don't want that to sound selfish, but at the end of the day, it's a big responsibility. It's like having a child. It's like having, a partner. You got to deal with them. So now that I don't have her for a couple months, I feel more free to do whatever I want, you know? And I ain't got to worry about her falling in the pool. I ain't got to worry about, her dying and being sick and vet bills, food, and, you know, I'll be getting up. Like sometimes I woke up at night because she used to stay down here, right? On her bed. And I would wake up at night at 5 o'clock in the morning and I'll be like, oh, fuck. She took a piss in here and her fucking pee and her shit stunk so bad that it destroyed my apartment. Like her stench was fucking ridiculous. So she would pee during the night sometimes, especially in her dying days. And I know it's not her fault, right? But she never barked to wake me up to take her outside. Like she would never go to that door and go woo woo woo, and I'll be like, okay, she wants to pee. Let me go downstairs. I don't mind waking up to take her to pee, but she never did that. She would be a dumbass dog and pee on her fucking own bed or pee on the tile, and then be like going up and down, and then I'll wake up and hear her nails on the fucking tile, right? And then she'll drag the piss all over my apartment down here. Thank God I have tile. And then one day the piss was all over my brand new sneakers that I had on the ground. And I was so fucking mad I wanted to kill her. And then it got so bad that I couldn't even have her inside. I had to build her a box, right? Outside. I built her a huge box, right? And I put it outside by the garage. And I told my sister I can't take it anymore. This is driving me nuts. I can't even sleep at night. I have to put her outside and I'll put a cage out there. I'll put like a fence. So I built a fence. I built her a box. And so that way she can piss and shit anytime she wanted. And it didn't even make a difference. She still pissed all over her bed in the box. That she couldn't control herself. So I was like, well, it's better her being out here than being in my apartment stenching me out and I can't even sleep. But I had a camera on her at all times just in case something bad happened while she was outside. And every morning I would go back out there. I would take her out there late. Like when I get off my lives, I'll take her outside and I'll put her in her area and I'll go in the camera and she'll look around and not see me and she'll go right into her box. And I'm like, oh, good. And then if she was any movement, it'll alert me on the camera. But she would sleep all through the night. And then when she would get up, I'll go over to her bed and it was all peed. And I'm like, oh, great. So I had to like wash her bed a million fucking times. I had to wash her a million times towards the end. So it got very stressful. It got very time consuming. It hurt me. I cried plenty of times. Like sometimes when I saw her, she was struggling and she couldn't move. And when she peed herself, she was looking at me like, oh, fuck, I hope Mark doesn't kill me. But I never hit her or anything like that. But, they know when they do bad shit, right? Because I'm like, what are you doing? Why the fuck did you pee there? You're right here. The fucking grass is right here, you dumb dog. Sometimes, like, I got mad at her, like, and I fucked her off. But I would never hit her, obviously. I would like, point at her, be like, you're naughty. Don't pee pees in here. And she'd be like, fuck you, I'm doing it anyway. But it wasn't her fault, like. So, like, it hurt a lot to see her like that. And I said, I don't want to go through this pain ever again. I had to go through that shit with my first dog. And I went through that with all my dogs. Like I just can't see them suffer in the end. That shit hurts too much. So after 4 dogs and all this, especially Diamond was worse because Diamond was the first dog I ever had that I actually lived with, like for real. Like my pit bull was always outside. I bring him in, during bad weather or something, but my mom used to get pissed. And then I had my apartment. I used to take him up there on weekends, and then the owner said I couldn't have the dog in there, and I was like, "Fuck's sake, oh well." And I was like, you know what? I ain't worried about it no more. Like, so no, she didn't. She never chewed her paws. No. You know who did that was my other boxer. The boxer before Diamond, her name was Kaya, and she used to bite her paws. And she was 7 years old when she died. She died from cancer too, but she used to bite her paws. But that's when she was going on her way out because boxers are not supposed to last that long. And Diamond was the second oldest boxer in Bermuda. The oldest boxer in Bermuda was 12 years old, and my Diamond was 10 months. I mean, 10 years and 9 months. She was almost 11, so she was the second oldest boxer in Bermuda to die. Like they told me that when we put her down. They were like, "Oh, you got the second oldest boxer. We just checked our records. So, Mark, you did a wonderful job with this dog. Look at her. She's still beautiful. She's still got a great coat. You did a great job on her." They always praised me and said I did a great job with her and stuff. I took care of Diamond. She was very, very well kept. She was very well maintained. I did everything. I cut her nails. I washed her. I fed her very good. I fed her people's food and regular food. I walked her every day right up until she couldn't anymore. I did everything for that fucking dog. That's why she lasted so long. So in the end, she couldn't even stand up. That was the biggest problem. Like when she was like dying, like the 2 days before she died, she couldn't even move. She would just like collapse on the ground and be just like, and I can see like she was dying. Like, and I'm like, fuck, man. Like, why me? Why this shit gotta happen now? Like, And my dad had died 2 months before that. So it was like, really? My dad and my fucking dog, like literally 2 months away. Like, why? So the October, November, and December were like the worst. Like last year was probably the worst year of my life till date because of those two deaths. And my dad and my dog were the only beings that came into this apartment every other day or every day. My dog was in here every day, but my dad used to come here like every week and watch football with me and shit. So now I have nobody, no dad, no dog. So it's fucked up, but at least I got you guys. At least I got my nephews and my sister and, got my mom. So it was very difficult, last year, but I'm all right, man. I'm happy that they're not suffering anymore. My dad was suffering a lot. He was 82 and he was suffering. He suffered from gout every day. He had heart problems. He was all fucked up. His body was deteriorating. I knew he was going to go eventually. But and Diamond was the same way. Diamond was deteriorating very quickly. But she still looked good though when she passed away. Even my pit bull, he was 15, and they said, and this is a shame putting this dog down. He's so beautiful and he's so strong, but he had a blood clot in his leg, and he was so old, and he couldn't really, if they did surgery on him, he was gonna die anyway. So his whole back leg was purple when I took him to the vet. He was like completely fucked. So, and he was 15. They had to put him down, which I didn't want to, but they said there was nothing else that they can do, which I understood. Plus, he could barely walk too. His hind legs were like completely destroyed. So going through all of that, I just can't do it no more. I just can't do it right now. Maybe one day I'll get another pet, but I highly doubt it. I just want to stay away from that type of emotion and dealing with the animal all the time. you know. So yeah, it's life, you know. You go through bullshit sometimes. Some years are great, some years are bad. Death is a part of life. But now that I have them in spirit, I feel more powerful now as a person. And I know they're always there, like, you know. So I look at death very differently from most people. And because I'm a medium, it makes life easier for me to accept it, to accept that world, because I'm a part of that world, you know? So it's easier for me to do knowing that, you know, I have them in spirit. So I don't really like stress the physical part of it anymore. Like I don't really sit there and be like, you know, I miss them so much. Sometimes I miss them, but I really have them still, you know, they're still here, but they're just in a spiritual form. So if I need to deal with them, I deal with them. But, you know, it's hard, but, you know, and sometimes people don't even give a fuck about me like that. Like my own family won't even say, you know, yeah, that must have been hard for you to lose both of them because they were both in your apartment all the time, you know? But no, none of my family cares. They don't care about how I feel. But see, what they don't realize is what I know. And that's why, like, I'm not really showing like too much, you know, emotion because I can speak to them in spirit and I know they're here anyway, so it doesn't bother me as much. So I don't really need people's fucking sympathy and shit, even though it shows how, you know, selfish they are not to care, you know? But it's all good. Yeah, that only happened once, well, twice to me out of the four dogs, and you know, taking them to the vet to put them down. But it's like, you know, it's life. You know, it's doing it to a person is a little different. So when my dad died of a heart attack, and you know, my dad was like, it was my seeing my dad die was fucked up too, man. I actually saw him like pretty much die in the paramedics' hands. So they were trying to revive him, but they couldn't. It was just too late. Then when I watched him come outside on that fucking that what you call it, you know, the bed thing that they put you on with the wheels and shit. He was on there with his, you know, he was dead pretty much. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. Like, you know. So it was probably one of the worst days of my life. And I said, really, God, you wanted me to see my dad dead like this? Like, what the fuck, man? But, you know, I can't, you know, blame anything. You know, at the end of the day, you know, it was a fucked up day, but it's life, you know. So I've seen it all, done it all in that part, you know. So I had to see him dead on a fucking bed with wheels on it going to the ambulance and them trying to revive him, but it was too late. So there's nothing we could do, you know. But later on, pretty much an hour later, I was sitting outside on the chair in disbelief, and my mom was getting dressed to go to the hospital because she was still hopeful he was all right, but I knew he was dead. Like it's common sense. You can see him, like, you know. And my nephew was with me and he was devastated too. And I'm like, fuck, my nephew's got to see this shit. He turned his head because he couldn't see it. And I never forget, like, I sat down outside on that chair and I was all by myself. My nephew went inside to see, you know, his grandma and my mother. And I just sat there in the chair and I just closed my eyes and I'm like, fuck, if he's dead, he's going to come to me in spirit. If he's not, and there's hope, then I'm not going to see him. And I'll never forget, he came to me in spirit while I was sitting at that chair. And he said, look, I'm gone. I want you to take care of this house and take care of your mother. And I was like, fuck, man. Why me? and I could still hear the ambulance sirens like going down the road, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. And then I took my mom to the hospital, and I couldn't go in there. I just couldn't do it. So they were all inside, and then my sister called me and said, "Hey, you were right. Dad's gone." And I was like, "I told you he was dead. I saw him in spirit. You don't want to believe me. Nobody wants to believe it. Like, nobody wants to believe that shit. Once you're gone, you're gone. Like your spirit releases from your body when you die." And it was weird because when I took my mom home today, the lights flickered, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was sitting on the table, and my mom was like turning on the TV, and then all of a sudden it went like that, and I'm like, "Oh boy!" And I was like, "What the fuck?" So it's like that was my dad's way of saying like, "Thank you for taking care of the house and your mother," on Mother's Day, type of shit. Spirit does things like that. So like, that was probably one of the worst days ever. But at the end of the day, you know, I know that he ain't gotta suffer anymore. That's the main great thing about death is you no longer have to suffer anymore. And you get to have them in spirit and give you power to live your life and do things for you and protect you and take care of you. And you just gotta acknowledge them every day. So when I leave here right now and I go upstairs, the first thing I do is pray. And then in the end, I say, "Dad, just take care of mom, please, at the house. Please stay there with her and make sure she's okay." I tell him I love him, and I just disconnect and go to sleep. I do it every day. Ever since he died, I do it every day. Sometimes I see him in spirit, sometimes I don't. The last time I saw him, he was at like the football game with all his friends that were dead too. And they all waved to me and says, "Oh, Mark, I'm all right. Don't worry about me." And then like I hear his voice sometimes and he says, "Yes, I'm at the house. Don't worry." I'm like, "All right, cool." You know. So like, that's the way it is. So it's all good. It's a part of life. What you mean, Tanya? I wish I could change your mind on that. That is so brave. Yeah, I know he's brave. Yeah, I know. It's just fucked up. That's all. Yeah, Christy, he came to me in spirit literally right after he died. A lot of spirits can do that. I've had that happen millions of times. A lot of people think that you have to wait a certain time to see the spirit, and that's not true. It depends on who it is, and it depends on how they're dealt with, you know? But I've seen my dad multiple times since he's passed away. Always in a good way, though, not in a bad way, always in a good way. But see, I can't really say that shit to too many people because they won't believe me. Yeah. My younger sister knows what I do, and she'll ask me sometimes, "Have you seen that?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I saw him here and there. I spoke to him. I heard his voice." Even if you don't see him, you can hear him too, you know? So, but yeah, it's all good. I feel like ever since my dad died, a lot of good things have happened to me, you know? A lot of good things have happened to me since my dog and my dad died. I feel like I'm like super powerful. I feel like I can, do whatever I can and I want. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel a lot different. Like I don't really stress too many things too much. I don't really like my brain's functioning properly, and I just feel like I just gotta do exactly what he wanted me to do and I'll be fine. Yeah, all the above. Do I look like more like my dad or my mom? Uh I probably look more like my mom, to be honest. Like I have my mom's eyes. I have my dad's nose, but I have my mom's like eyes and mouth and like kind of face, you know. I look more like my mom than my dad probably. My sisters look more like my dad, and me and my brother look more like my mom. Like my auntie and I look almost like mother and son, like identical. Like my godmother, Olivia, she's passed away. But when we were together, people thought that I was her son and she was my mom. Yeah, yeah, they're both Portuguese. Yeah, yeah. I look like both of them to a certain extent, but I would say I probably look more like my mom. Yeah. Anyway, it's 1 o'clock in the damn morning. I'm gonna go get my ass to sleep. But apparently, it's got a 95% chance of rain. So if that's the case, I'll probably be home and I'll probably be on early and just hang out with you guys or whatever. That's if it's raining all day. If it is raining all day, you'll probably see me. So, yeah, I'll be around tomorrow at some point in time. So, I will see you all tomorrow. It was good chatting with you guys. I have fun. Glad everybody who had a good Mother's Day had a good Mother's Day. I did too. And my mom always says every day is Mother's Day. I believe her. Uh, you should all, if you still have your mom in real life, tell her you love her all the time and try and spend time with her as much as you can, or at least tell her you love her and speak to them as much as you can. They're not going to be around forever. And when they're gone, you're going to wish that they were still there. And I still wish my dad was around, but like our soccer team won today in futsal soccer and they won the championship. And I thought about him one time. I'm like, yeah, dad would be fucking so happy. But, you know, it's all good. It's life. All right. Good night, Christy. Good night, Kimberly. And good night, Tanya. The spray bottle went flying across the sidewalk. I saw him outside the car. The truck lights came on when I was walking back. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course. Phil's always with you, sweetheart. That's for sure. Yeah, I believe that, Christy, every day. That's what keeps me going. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had some fun, Tanya, and some action. That's nice. I'll be looking forward to watching the videos. I saw the video of the lake. That was beautiful today. I watched that this morning when I was drinking my coffee and eating my breakfast. I was like, fuck, this place is beautiful. See, we don't have shit like that here. It's usually a beach, not a lake. And we don't have big ass mountains and shit. But you know, Bermuda's beautiful, but that where you were today was beautiful. That place is so nice. I wouldn't swim in that lake though. Hell no. Ain't no crocodile or no damn fucking animal biting my ass. Hell no. You look exactly like your mom? Oh, that's cool. I think I look more like my mom, to be honest. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think I look more like her. But, you know, it's all good. I think I look more like my auntie. That's for sure. When I see my auntie, I see myself, like the forehead, everything, and we look exactly the same. It's so crazy. But we're all stamped. We all look like our parents. You can tell we all look like each other. But my sister, both my sister have my dad's like bigger eyes. Uh, Somewhat. Not really. Me and my dad are alike in only one way. We work hard. We've worked hard our whole life. Like me and my dad had to have the same work ethic. We always wanted to work hard, but my dad is not talented like me. Like my dad was always scared. Like, you know what I mean? He was always like he didn't want his own business. He never wanted to be more than what he was. Whereas, and my brother's the same way. My brother's like him. They don't they're good with just the bare minimum way of like work. They never wanted to be more than what they were. You know what I mean? Like they just do labor work and then they don't do nothing else. Like my brother, he's nothing like me and my dad. He's totally opposite. He likes bullshit jobs. He don't work hard at all. But my dad, he worked hard for years and so have I. But my one thing my dad isn't, he's not a multi-talented person. Like his talent was like just like probably gardening and like doing like gardening stuff and trees. He knew how to plant like trees and stuff like that. And he was very like he was a serious family man and shit like that. He loved my mom and us and stuff like that. He did everything for us. He was just a hard worker. But like if he knew like before he died, if he knew I was doing this, he'd probably think that I'm a fucking nut job. He never liked me DJing. He always discouraged me from going on my own. And then in the end, I ended up being his personal maintenance man. I fixed everything. And I had to prove to him that I knew what I was doing. When I finished the job, he would go behind it and he'll like go like this and be like, I saw him do it. Like one time I plastered this wall and he thought I couldn't do it. I said, I can do it. And he started laughing at me as if to say, you don't know how to do this shit. I'm like, all right, you fucker. You know, I used to get so pissed at him because he always felt like he always made me feel like I had to prove myself, right? He was such an idiot like that, right? So I'm like, yeah, you fucker, I'm gonna show you I know more than you, right? So I did this thing and he went behind and he looked at it and he was like, and then he'll never say like thank you or yes, you did a great job. He'll go tell my mom. And my mom will tell me, he goes, oh, dad said you did a good job. He says you know what you're doing. And in the end, like I'd say like a year before he died, the last year he was alive, he used to thank me a lot more. He used to tell me that I was good at what I did. And he always used to say, yeah, I want you to do it because you do a better job. Or I want you to do it because you know what you're doing. Like he finally like admitted that I was the guy, you know? He was a fucking pain in the ass like that, man. And I'm sure he's probably laughing at me right now because honestly, he made me a better person because I always felt like I had to prove shit to him and nobody else. Tanya, I already did the daily messages, but I'll give you one if you want. Gladly. But my mom, she always knew that I was like good at what I do. But the problem is like I kind of gave up DJing as well because my dad used to always give me a hard time. He always used to stress that I was going to get in trouble, you know? And I was like, look, man, ain't nobody going to do nothing to me. I'm good. Oh, this and that. I'm like, fuck, man, you just never like understand that I'm going to be all right. Like, I have faith in myself. I believe in God more than you. Like fucking relax. He was just overprotective. Like, you know what I mean? But now that he's in spirit, I feel like because if my dad walked into this room and he was alive and saw that DJ equipment, he would shake his head and be like, you waste your fucking time and money on this bullshit. But not ever since he passed away, my DJ stuff got better. it's like everything happened for me. It's like it was his way of saying, I think now that he's in spirit, like he actually sees that, hey, he does love fucking. He's really good at music. Like I'm gonna do what I can to like make up for the times that I discouraged him. So like I feel like everything in my DJ world right now is going right, and everything's happening the way I want it. And I think it's because of him. Oh, I know it's because of him. It's all right, Tanya. I'll give you one. That's not a problem. I'll do it before I go sleep. I know you miss me and you want to see me. It's okay. I always have time for you. All right. Your first card, Tanya, is go out and have fun. And I believe you're doing that. So that's good. Go out and have fun. Some fun. Your next card is take a social media break. That's because of the internet's fucking around. So instead of getting all stressed out, just take a social media break. Whether it's an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, fuck social media. You're just going to get mad, right? And this is my favorite card in the world. Laugh at your haters and give them more to hate on. I know you must be laughing at all your co-working haters and saying, yeah, bitches, I'm on vacation enjoying myself. Fuck you hoes. Go to work and shut up. So that's my favorite card. I always say laugh at your haters and give them more to hate on. I do that every day. Kiss my ass. And the last card here is someone's intentions may not be as real as you think. So if there's somebody around you that you think their intentions are not real, then it's probably right. Their intentions are not real. So that can happen today, tomorrow, in the next couple of days. Someone's intentions might not be as real as you think. But yeah, there you go. That's your message for today. And then on the very, very bottom, right after those cards, it says, if you believe, you shall receive. So there you go. Sounds about right. Amen. Well, that's because it's a marquee deck. Didn't you buy this deck, Christy? Yeah, I thought you did. Yeah. That's probably my most popular deck out of the 3 that I have. So you're welcome, Tanya, anytime, sweetheart. No problem. I did give everybody else a message, but you weren't here. So, but yeah, I got you. All you guys got to do is ask and I'll give you one. You know that. Don't feel bad asking or whatever. I'll always give you a message. Oh, okay. So that's where you saw it from then. Yeah. Yeah, I used to use those for the picker cards, and I'm still going to use those. I might do a picker card tomorrow, to be honest, for the week. I might do like a 3-day pick a card message or something. I have to go look at my thumbnails. I have a few thumbnails from the pick a cards I used to do, so I need to go see what they say, and I might do like a couple, and then I might do them live and then log off and then come back. Yeah. It says don't be a hoe. What does it say? It says don't be a hoe. Be normal or some shit like that. I think it says don't be a hoe, just be normal or some shit I wrote on there. I can't remember. That card hardly ever comes up. One time it actually came out for a hoe and she cracked up. She thought it was funny. I was like, this card definitely came out for you because you're a damn hoe. Yeah. And she was like, Mark, I have to be a hoe. I'm like, all right, you can be a hoe. I'll still love you. It's cool. You can be a hoe. It's cool. Hoes need love. Hers and toes. All right, you guys. I really need to get out of here. I'm gonna get my ass to sleep, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Like I said, you might see a lot of me tomorrow because I might be doing pick a card readings and all sorts of other shit. If it's like pouring down rain, which they say it's supposed to have a 95% chance of rain. So that means it's gonna rain. So yeah. All right. Good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow and take care. I'm glad you guys came by. I'm glad you guys having a good day and all that good stuff. All right. Okay, Tanya. Cool. Go live. We'll see you. All right. Take care. Bye, Christy.